Hi, everybody. I'm here today with the head women's basketball coach at Monmouth, Ginny Boggess. Coach, thanks so much for your time today. Hope you're doing well. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so excited just to chat with you. Like we mentioned before the chat, really just a get to know who are these new faces in the conference. But you've had coaching experience in the Colonial with your tenure at Hofstra. So how exciting is it for you just to be back?
Oh, it's incredible to be back. I have so much appreciation and respect for this league, for the coaches, but for the history and tradition of success that the CAA brings to the table. And so it's already catapulted recruiting on our end, and we're just excited to get the ball rolling this year. Our second year here, but obviously an exciting new year in the league.
That's awesome. And your first year in program history, the biggest turnaround from one year to the next, not only in conference record, but overall record. So how rewarding was it for you as a coach to see first year, okay, my players are buying in and we're reaping the reward of that?
It was extremely rewarding. And mostly for the players, to see them have the success for all of the hard work that they've put in. Again, the momentum and the recruiting front is always helpful as we're trying to build toward a championship culture. But just seeing our players having fun playing basketball again, feeling like they could really be themselves on the court and express themselves through their game and feel that joy and love for the game is all the reward that we all do this for. So it was really exciting. Coaches were difficult. So I'm still picking apart all of the things that I could have done better to make sure that we finished stronger last year. But we're going to carry that into year two and just make sure that we're as prepared as we can possibly be.
So that is another question that I had for you is, okay, now in your second year, what changes are you making? What are you adapting to? What are things that you're kind of building off of as you go into this second year now?
For sure. I think every team needs different things. But, we have the 4 grad players, 2 of which stayed on to be a part of this, help us in this transition. And then we brought in 2 grad transfers. And then we have our core 5 juniors that we're really relying on. So that's a ton of leadership. We're not a young team anymore. We've proved that we can play at this level. So we're not going to sneak up on anyone. So we're really just talking about making it better every day. Our team theme this year is MIB, joking like men in black, men in blue, like women in blue, but make it better. Make the drill better, make the shooting game better, make the energy better. How can we build on all of the work that we did last year and make sure that we're making everything better?
Wonderful. Coach, 20 years of coaching experience. Congratulations. That's a huge feat. What have you learned? What is a lesson that you could think of? Share a few, please. But, if there's one thing that comes to mind of over this period of time, what have you really taken away from coaching the game of women's basketball?
Yeah, that it is a game. Whether you're in the Atlantic Sun or the CAA or the Big East or the Big Ten or the Ivy League, basketball is basketball. And these are just young women out here trying to be their best. And my job, my obligation to them is to create a culture where there's great energy and that they enjoy doing what they do every day. And so if I've learned anything, it's that we're all just people out here trying to be our best selves, that we all really, really, truly love basketball. And that's why we're in this sport. And I get to create an environment where our players love doing what they do.
That's terrific. And you're in an environment of West Long Branch,
The best.
Yeah, I was going to say, from what I've seen, I haven't been on site yet, but would love to get there shortly, right within miles from the beach. So how have you kind of enjoyed this experience, not only with the energy you're bringing to your team, but just being in such a great culture, great environment?
Well, great culture. First, I'll talk about the Monmouth culture, and that starts at the top with our athletic director, Jeff Stapleton. But this is truly a family. The camaraderie among head coaches across the board. I share a wall with Coach Cal, our head football coach. Coach Rice and I are great friends. We all just support each other. We've been at the lacrosse games. We've been at the field hockey games. We've been at the soccer games, even just, softball's got fall weekend coming up. So I just love being a part of this type of athletics department where we all can support one another. But one step further, quality of life, right? And living at the shore, it's unbelievable. I'm from a small town in West Virginia. This feels very much like a small knit community, a small town where everyone's supporting each other. Whether it's the local pizza shop, which by the way is amazing, to walking on the boardwalk and I've got my Monmouth gear and I get a, hey coach, go Hawks. It's just absolutely unbelievable. But I was with one of our assistant coaches on the beach a couple weekends ago and we were like, we live here. This was a 2-minute trek to sitting on our beach chair and enjoying the waves and kind of decompressing. So it's the perfect world for me. I feel so blessed to be here and to be the leader of Monmouth women's basketball.
That is a blessing. Not bad at all, Coach. And so this year, when we see your team hit the court, what is one thing that we can expect, kind of that branding of this is Monmouth women's basketball?
Yeah, we want to be tough and disciplined, but I hope that you'll see our pace. I think one of the things that a lot of people commented on last year was just a contagious energy about our program. From the bench being wild to the players celebrating one another on the court. But again, toughness, discipline, pace of play are the three things that we talk about every single day. This year's war is to make that better. But I hope you'll see the excitement and fun and the contagious energy of our program when you come watch us compete.
Can't wait to experience that, Coach. Thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you, Carly.